All right, guys, we're here with another Q&A. Today's question is sent in by Venom. It's a great name, by the way. I'm also going to read it how it was sent to me, so keep that in mind. Question is, I was wondering what are good training to get better power? Anything helps. I know a lot of basic, but what else could be done? Thanks. Okay, great question. It seems like he wants to improve his power and has a general understanding of what to do. The thing I want to highlight is what is power? Power is defined by two variables, force and velocity. The first thing is force. Force is basically strength. And one of the best exercises that you can do in the gym to improve your strength is the back squat, the barbell back squat. The reason is it allows you to load relatively high amounts of weight, okay? And it's gonna train your legs, your core, and your body as one unit, which is exactly what we wanna do in the weight room because that's what we do on the field. On the field, we wanna work as one unit, and in the weight room, the squat makes it so that your whole body is working together as one. And so that's why the back squat is very beneficial. So how strong is strong enough? So how strong do I need to be? Well, it's been shown that 2 times your body weight in the back squat is sufficient. It's good enough. So if you weigh 200 pounds, a 400-pound back squat should do it. So that is going to be one of the things you need to consider when it comes to generating strength. So let's get into the back squat. Let's look at it now.
In the squat, you want to make sure that the bar is in the right spot. You don't want to have it on your neck. You want to make sure you have it across your shoulders or that line that connects them. From there, your feet are set firmly on the ground. You don't want to be too far on your heels, too far on your toes. You also want to make sure that you brace and you stay in control the entire time. Yes, we're looking for a max effort lift, but we want to stay within ourselves. You do not want to risk getting hurt.
All right, so now let's look at the velocity variable, okay? So when it comes to addressing that, specifically for baseball, we know that we need to be training in the plane specific to our sport. In baseball, one of the most important planes is that transverse plane, the rotational plane. And so my favorite way to train the transverse plane for a baseball player is using the medicine ball and doing it in a ballistic method, essentially working through acceleration, making sure when we use the medicine ball, we're accelerating from beginning through end. That is key to generating force and in a velocity that's going to help translate to power whether you're hitting or pitching. So the exercise I'm going to recommend for you is the standing shot put. So you want to use a medicine ball that is not heavy, something that's 4 to 6 pounds. And the key, one more time, is to accelerate from beginning to end. That's going to address that velocity variable when it comes to generating power. Let's take a look at that now.
Hitter shot put, when it comes to developing speed in the transverse plane as a baseball hitter, it really doesn't get any better than this exercise right here. It puts you in the right and in a similar movement pattern as you take in an actual swing. You want to focus on developing most of your force through your lower half, so a great tip is to remember to keep your hands relaxed. Your hands finish the exercise, not necessarily start it. Focus on generating force through your lower half, your hips, and your back foot, and only finishing with your hands at the very end.
All right, the last thing I'm going to recommend is addressing mobility. And so when it comes to generating power for baseball, we need to make sure that our spine is healthy and mobile. And so I'm going to recommend the seated thoracic rotation. This is going to help address mobility through the upper spine. And so let's take a look at that now. All right, the seated thoracic rotation. What you're going to do is you're going to take a seat, you're going to grab a foam roller or a block, a yoga block, or anything you can, a pair of books. And all you're trying to do is squeeze them with your knees. That's just going to help create a little more stability and a reminder not to compensate any limitations in your upper back with your hips or your lower half. So what you're going to do, grab a PVC, put it on your back, or take a bat or anything like that. From there, you want to think about having an upright posture, so make sure you're not crouching over. So in this position, you're going to rotate. You want to think about staying or keeping your shoulders level. The PVC should stay level the entire time. You're going to go to your left as far as you can, and then slowly control everything back to that start position. And you're going to repeat that rotation in the same direction. You want to think about doing this about 3 to 5 times, and hopefully, as you go through your set, you're going to start to unlock a little more range on every rep. From there, you would repeat on the opposite side. And the goal here is to get about 45 degrees of rotation, if not more. Cool. And you might learn that your rotation is limited in one direction, which is something you want to be mindful of and addressing constantly. So you can learn a lot here, but you can also immediately improve your thoracic rotation. So make sure you do that and check in on both sides.
Hey, get your training questions answered for free. Just click the link in the bio.